Good evening, crypto fam. This is a market recap for Wednesday, March 12th. I'm still sick and bedridden, so it's just been an awful week. Um, yeah, as far as crypto goes, Bitcoin dominance is still gaining momentum here. We're at the top of this um, equilibrium here. We broke this first resistance. We're right at the second resistance here. We're really at risk of breaking it now. Um, Bitcoin is starting its daily bounce now. It has started. It broke two candles now. So now we are gauging the size of this bounce. We've broken above the bear flag zone, the 0.382. So that's good. We've changed the 4-hour trend. So that's check 2 for the bulls. Now we need to keep the momentum on this 4-hour trend and make as much room as possible so that we can, when we top out, then we'll be looking at changing the daily trend. We have to change one trend at a time, and then once we top out on the daily, this is our previous high here, and then we will be looking at an inverse head and shoulders from wherever this tops out. And we need this to make as much momentum as possible on the way up. But we've got a lot of overhead resistance, and that is the 12 moving average, the 200 moving average, the 50 moving average. Everything is above us. All our moving averages are above us. And where the bears want to hold their defense is pretty much anyone's guess. But where as a bull, I will go short if opportunity presents itself. But as a bull, when the momentum's very bullish, I will play oversold, and then you could sell in overbought or whenever you lose the trend that you're in. But as far as I'm concerned, if we hit 1 hour overbought on Bitcoin, it's a potential that might be where the bears want to start buying. So that might line us up with this big resistance zone here. So maybe around 86,000, 85 to 87,000. Yeah, somewhere around there, 85 to 87,000. We might be hitting 1 hour oversold or overbought, sorry. And so that'd be around here. And that would be, if I was wanting to play bearish, that would be a point that I would want to defend. And that would be around the point, I guess around the golden pocket, around the golden pocket actually. That could very well be. So yeah, around 86 to 87,000 could very well be a big resistance, and that would be 1 hour overbought potentially, maybe before. We'll see. We have to see where that comes from. Essentially, if it's like slow buying, then the bulls can keep the RSI down, and this could get extended and pretty good. It's just when big moves happen, that's when they get extended, and that's where bears like to take over. So that is what I'm going to be looking at. Does 1 hour overbought or 4 hour overbought mark the lower high? And is that where the trend changes back to bearish? So 1 hour, keep the 1 hour uptrend till we get 1 hour overbought, and then we lose the 1 hour uptrend and go bearish. And does that set our lower high? So then we come down. So the good news is that we have gotten above the 0.32. We still need to keep this momentum up to the upside so that we increase the odds of a higher low on the way back down. Overall, I'm not interested in the crypto sector, just being as it's so far from all-time highs. I mean, Bitcoin, I still might, depending on how much of a move we can get on this, I might play the first 1 hour oversold on Bitcoin. But the rest of these names are just way too much resistance for me to get any type of interest for. Bitcoin, it's still above the monthly 12 moving average. So that's why I have faith in Bitcoin. Anything that is over the 12 moving average on the monthly, I'm still bullish on. I can't be bearish on them until they're officially below that and they close below that. So Bitcoin, I'm bullish on. ETH, this like I don't know how you could be bullish on ETH. It's in a monthly downtrend. We're just praying at this point. You gotta if you're wanting to learn the technicals and be a technical trader, this is not what you're wanting to trade. Like, we are so much more bearish than Bitcoin. It didn't break its previous all-time high where Bitcoin did. XRP, we're still bullish. We're still way above the 12 monthly moving average, although it has pulled back a lot. It was just such a huge move. This was such a huge move in such a little bit of time. You can expect this to be choppy for a long period of time, for months to come. And we're waiting for this 12 moving average to catch up. And because, like, how far you can't get, like, realistically, how far do you think you can get above the 12 moving average, the monthly 12 moving average? Like, if we got up to like $5, that's like, if we had gotten up to $5 or something on this move, we would have been like 70% above the monthly moving average. So not that you need to wait for these indicators to catch up. So that it is above the monthly 12 is a healthy sign. Litecoin, we're still an inside bar on the month, but we need to hold this. We need to hold this low, $81.09. We're trying to, well, we had an inside bar today. We need to start bouncing, and we need to bounce high enough that we push off from this zone and defend this zone. We're just in a big equilibrium at this point if we can hold this. But yeah, otherwise we lose this equilibrium and we are at risk of all this downside. And this is like the best Litecoin has done for a long time, so obviously this had a big moment there, but at least we got above these previous highs. So there is time to save this monthly candle. We just don't want to lose the low of last month. That increases the odds of our just dropping. Hypecoin, we are looking at all-time, we've got this support right here. Otherwise, we are looking at all-time lows. Got to change the 4-hour trend. So when was the last time we changed the 4-hour trend? Right up here. $22. And we've lost we have lost 49% since our last 4-hour uptrend, and there has not been an uptrend since then. This was a bounce and then an equilibrium. It dropped into a lower low. It bounced, but this did not change the 4-hour trend by doing this, because we lost this low that reset it into just a bounce. And so we just continued our 4-hour downtrend, and it's just been straight bear. So we need to get enough room for a 4-hour high low, then set a 4-hour higher high. A lot of work to be done on hype. BNB, pretty decent bounce on the day. How are we on the month? We are just holding on to a double bottom right now. Don't want to lose that low, essentially. If we lose those lows, we are at risk. And then this goes on to one of the weaker names. But BNB is a stronger name at this time, and I'd be focused on the stronger names. Now we are down 27% from all-time highs. Still a lot of work to do with all this resistance. Solana, not even close. If you're basically just preying on news or something to come along to change all this, and that's not a good feeling to be in. Now we've got this monthly potential. If we can hold this higher low now, that's if, then we're just looking at a monthly head and shoulders. So caution on Solana. that this is the bounce and this is potentially putting in a right shoulder. And it doesn't have to be a strong right shoulder. It could go up a small amount and fall through, but this is a key level to hold. So we are bouncing right now. We need this to keep going. And you need to get above the 0.382 of the previous high to kind of have any hope that this isn't just a bear flag and at risk of lower lows. Ondo. So we're below the 12 EMA. We can still close above, but we have a lot of work to do. What is Solana on? Yeah, Solana is way below the 12 EMA. Like, we can still save these candles, but it needs to be straight bull for a while here. Link below the 12 EMA on the month. Weak bounce so far, just a daily bear flag. Sui, weak daily bear flag so far. And need to get over, well, break the high of today to get us out of the bear flag zone. XLM getting a daily bounce, and now we're out of the daily bear flag. We're increased now. The more we bounce, the more we increase the odds of seeing a higher low. So XLM's looking okay as far as a bounce, but there's still so much work to do. Oh, and XLM is above the monthly 12 EMA. So that's a good sign, but it's a bad sign that we could not break the previous high. Neither of these. It's just getting weaker bounces each time it flies up. So caution that was the top. Who knows? And it could have been a top sector wide, because there's so many altcoins now that it's so saturated with coins now, and there's just too many names that you can throw money into that it's kind of taking away from the crypto sector itself. Cardano above its monthly 12 moving average, at risk of setting that monthly lower high though. But we are above it. There is time for it to play out. We got our daily bounce underway. We got to keep our trend going. We have our 4-hour uptrend, but just no follow through. We need to get follow through. We are at risk of more downside. Still a daily bear flag as far as this goes. Dogecoin, daily bear flag, way away from its highs. Doesn't look good for Dogecoin. Hbar above its monthly 12. Sorry, Dogecoin's below monthly 12. Hbar is still above. But yeah, it's still a daily bear flag. Mochi, daily bear flag, coming up to the 12 moving average now. Alpha, just setting in weak lower highs every time. It's like fake outs every time. Just controlled selling. It's like every time it wants to set up an inverse head and shoulders, it just shuts you down. So this 12 moving average has pinned us down pretty much this entire time. So getting over that and staying over that, we need to change the daily uptrend. Caspa, okay bounce so far. We're getting up to the 0.5. We need to keep this 4-hour trend going up. We've set the higher low. Now this is looking better for continuation. AVAX already broke its 4-hour. We're in a 4-hour uptrend, so it's already broken above. Now we're just looking for more room to create a daily inverse head and shoulders. And we are at the point just above the 0.5. If we can get at least to the 0.65, it looks better, but the higher it goes, the better it is. And that will decide where our neckline comes from. Ton, just an inside bar on the day, and looking like not the best Just very weak. Ton is just very weak. Trump hasn't even started the daily bounce yet, so just an inside bar on the day, still straight. Every day has a lower high. So we're not even daily bounce yet on Trump. Just looking at the all-time lows. Okay, I will possibly see you tomorrow morning for pre-market. I'm just still so sick, and we'll see. I'm taking it day by day. All right, I'll catch you.